Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today, me and Vinny will bring you the latest from the India West Indies series, a bit of PSL as well, and in general cricket talk. Let's start off with that India West Indies series. We've been focusing on it. India sealed the series 2-0. Vinay, first of all, it wasn't a easy win, but it was a win in the end and a good series to have under your belt against a West Indies team was always dangerous.
Yeah, it was a tough battle today. It was very close, especially putting off in the last over
Yeah.
and coming just 10 runs short. And you've seen Kolkata pitches, right? Like it's good for both the batters and the bowlers. So it was a good chase. It was 180 odd is a good score, especially in Kolkata. So it was nice to see that it was a competitive game and not a one-sided one.
Yeah, 100%. I think at one stage for me, West Indies were favorites, especially in the chase. But if you look at the first innings, Ishan Kishan again struggled a bit. Then you had that Rohit Virat partnership. I think Virat set it up. He set the platform, and that's exactly what Venkatesh Iyer and Pant were expected to do. What we
Yeah.
expect India to have that middle order. I think they did exactly that. They utilized Virat Kohli's start. Sometimes it's Virat Kohli who finishes it off, and you don't need to worry about the middle order. But it's good to see that you actually worked as a system. You had your opening pair, then you had your middle order who laid the platform, and then you had your finishers to finish it off.
If you actually saw, like Rohit was struggling today for some reason, like there were some drop chances and stuff too. There were like straightforward chances that I think Brandon King dropped at point in the starting overs itself. That would have put a lot of pressure, but
Yeah.
that was a lifeline, and he was struggling a bit. And what was surprising was Kohli playing those flawless shots today. The way he was playing, he didn't look like he lost any form at all. He
Yeah.
was he was playing a flawless innings till the time I think the ball previous to what he got out, that was the ball that kind of frustrated him, and I think that gave it away, and he's tried to step out the next ball and try to whack it over, right? And that's where he's like, I feel he's having some form of mental block, and he's getting that frustrated because of not making big scores and stuff. But today was absolutely flawless innings that he played today. It was a gem of an innings to watch, especially those cover drives and stuff. It was all of the middle of the bat
It's
that he
hard to
played.
believe that he's not in form. If he's this is his worst form, right, that we've seen. But and he's still playing shots like that, man.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it was. It was. I think there was one chance put down by Jason Holder at the boundary. It was a tough
Oh,
chance.
he got out.
Yeah,
That was super he got
Yeah, it
out.
was a tough chance. I won't say that it was a full chance and stuff. He made a almost a catch out of it. So that was probably the first place where he kind of threw it away, and then he got frustrated the next ball, and then the next ball he got castle, right. So I think he just needs to continue to keep his concentration. That's all he needs to do. He's been playing good. It's just that patience and that concentration that he needs to continue with for the rest of the innings. And coming on to the rest of the batters, I believe Rishabh Pant, he shows his form here and there, but he just needs to continue. And it was a really good innings under pressure because of not having too many runs under his belt in the last few games. And definitely Venkatesh Iyer, like he complimented him really well. They ran really beautifully between the wickets. That actually changed the momentum and put a lot of pressure on the West Indies itself. And
Beautifully, they were like running like this,
not
or like
when I say beautifully, you don't have to imagine how beautifully they were running or anything. Okay,
yeah, it
so
was very good, aggressive running, clear
it
calls.
was an aggressive running. Yes, it
We're
was clear
converting ones into
communication.
twos into threes.
Exactly, it was clear communication, especially that run when Puran like jumped to his right and Pant just took off, and he made it with ease at that point, right? So those kind of crucial moments are very important, especially when you're trying to post a total, because it puts the pressure on the other team where like they can't loosen their field at any given point.
Yeah.
So it was really a clinical performance in terms of batting. That's what I thought. In terms of bowling, yes, the spinners brought it back, and they were one of probably the main reasons why India won today. And that 19th over by Bhuvi, that changed the game completely because 30 runs of 2 overs, you'll back West Indies any single day. when you
Yeah.
have that kind of run chase, right? And
And
with
they had
just
wickets in hand. They were hitting sixes, so it was,
they
you know,
had literally 2 wickets down. They had 8 wickets in hand, both Pooran and Powell playing in their 50s. Like it was that over changed the game completely, and rightly so. He got the game changer of the game, Bhuvi today, and this is his strength. This is what he is capable of, and he just needs to continue with this momentum that he showed today, at least, and that's what he needs to focus on in terms of his own performances.
yeah, punter racing 15 crore pressure on ईशान किशन. अब तो कौन सा pressure, पैसे तो जेब में आ गए, क्या बोलते हैं विनय?
अब क्या
It's
प्रेशर
like
एग्जैक्टली?
learning to the bank, bro. I think it's not like, in my opinion, you can take this after me, but in my opinion, quickly, is that I don't think it's the 15 crore pressure. I think it's the KL Rahul pressure, because he's in and out of the team. Ishan Kishan, he knows that when KL Rahul comes back in T20s, he'll open, right? So I
Yeah,
think it's more of that than anything else. And then when one day Rishabh Pant is there, Test matches Rishabh Pant is there. So I think it's that limited opportunities that he's getting. Maybe he gets a bit of pressure, but he's very young. We saw Rishabh Pant as well struggle like this when he first started for India. And Ishan Kishan is fairly new to the Indian team. It's been a year, I think. So it'll take a few years, I think, for him to solidify his position. You have to understand, it takes Indian cricket team.
yeah.
It's not the same as the IPL. It does take time. It's not straight away you're gonna go. You're going to have more rough patches than you want, right? Right now, Venkatesh Iyer is having a good patch, but in South Africa he clearly struggled and he was dropped.
Yeah.
So this is international cricket is completely different in that sense.
I feel he's not playing his natural game. That's what I feel from Ishan Kishan's batting in the last two T20s. Because, first of all, playing second fiddle, that was never his game. He changed in that. And today also, he was struggling. I feel like he needs that confidence that he needs to be let free, right? He's somewhat trying to play that second fiddle by trying to be that mature person, but he is not at that level to actually play that kind of a game. His game and his natural game is free flowing. He should be told by the team management that play your natural game. I feel that's where he's lacking at this point, and that's why he's not contributing that much and struggling a bit.
Maybe he's just not being able to execute it as well. Maybe in his mind that he wants
True.
to play
Yeah.
his natural game, he's just not being able to execute it, and that's what happens. When you go through those phases, it's just a matter of time. He is talented, and yeah, but that pressure you're talking about, the crore pressure, will happen in the IPL itself. I think for
Yeah.
India, it doesn't really
Not right
matter.
now. Yes.
You have Robin Powell is 7.45 crores. He's getting hit. He's hitting. Sorry, not Robin Powell. Sorry, our guy Romario Shepherd,
Yeah.
7.45. Odin Smith, 8 crore. They're getting hit for sixes. It's okay. Like when it comes to the IPL, it'll be scrutinized more, I feel, and
I,
it's not their
I guess
fault.
the reason why you're so happy for the last two T20s is your guy 10.25 is
I have
performing and
mine.
scoring some runs.
I'm not going to lie. I have my Sunrisers blinkers on, and I was impressed by them. Even today, Romario Shepherd, he got smashed in the first 2 overs, 26
Yeah,
runs. Came back very good in the last over. I think in the
yeah.
death he was good. That gave me a bit of hope.
He was
And
bowling those wide of the
without
off stump.
Shepherd, yeah.
Yeah, wide
Again,
of the off.
he has that 138, 140. Like if he bowls in the arc, he's gonna get smashed out the ground. So he has to be very accurate.
To be honest, I felt they should have bagged Fabian Allen and probably took out Romario Shepherd or an Odin Smith for Jason Holder for this
Maybe
game.
you could
That's
have.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that, like, when you're seeing the purchase that the spinners are getting, why would you take out a spinner, right?
Yeah.
That's what, when I saw the team news, I'm like, I think they lost the plot kind of there.
Hmm.
So that was a surprise call for me, because when we were talking about yesterday, we were like, if Jason Holder is coming back, who's he coming back for, right? It should have been a straight swap in terms of a medium pace or all rounder rather than a spinner, because spinners are giving you the purchase in these conditions and stuff. So I think they missed a plot there.
Punter's asking, what about Venkatesh Iyer and his amazing cameos?
He is playing well. Again, the last time he performed this well was again in similar conditions where like India, Dubai, and stuff. It's more
Hmm.
conducive to Indian pitches and stuff. So I guess he's playing much better in these kind of conditions. It's just it'll take some time for him to settle down in the international circuit,
Yeah.
and
He's
he
doing
just
some
needs
good
to.
days. think he's a good batsman. Like he plays the shots, he rotates the strike, like you say, he
Yeah,
runs between the wickets. He's a good cricketer. It's just that will he be able to handle the pace and carry of Australia? Will
it's
he be
just
able to?
yeah, he is a intelligent cricketer. He is working hard on his game and everything. That is definitely there. It's just a sustainability of and prolongness of how long he's gonna prolong this part, where before he gets his like run of chances go away from him, right? We
Yeah.
had these glimpses from Shivam Dubey. We had these glimpses from
Yeah.
other these kind of all rounders. It's just he just needs to continue focusing and improving his game every day.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you there. And just a bit on Rockman Powell and Nicholas Pooran, man. That was a Delhi and Hyderabad Sunrisers partnership, but outstanding. It's just those sixes were, so clean. I think I'm observing him more because he's playing for Sunrisers now, but those so clean, both of them. Even Robin Powell is hitting sixes for fun. It could have been, remember the name 2.0 again with Ian Bishop on commentary. It was so good hitting.
I was actually thinking that when it was 24 of 5, I like,
Yeah.
and the very next ball, this guy hits him out of the stadium. Like Harshal Patel bowled that, I think it was a half volley,
Yeah.
and he just smacked that so hard it went sailing over the stadium roof, right?
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh shit, we have a game on, and luckily they didn't chase it down, but it was a really amazing chase that these two guys actually put up, and it was very close. Like it was probably even like closer than what we would have assumed looking at the scorecard, right? Looking at like 10-run victory, but it wasn't that easy to get that 10-run victory against these guys.
Yeah, it wasn't that easy, and we saw Rohit Sharma lose it a couple of times. He's not,
Yes.
the Indian captaincy puts pressure on everybody. It's not just him. Like we thought it's only associated with Kohli. Dhoni
Yeah.
was a different type of human being, but even him, I've seen Dhoni also get a bit. "He's like, "Arey, kya kar raha hai?" There's that, but he's very good at a poker face. Whereas Indian captaincy gets to everyone. You see Saurav Ganguly, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, you'll see it. It's not easy, and you do feel the pressure even matches like these. And Rohit Sharma will learn that, I mean, he's already experienced, but he'll learn it more because he's captaining on a regular basis now.
It's not just the Indian captaincy, it's a captaincy in general. When you have so many people that are
Yeah.
looking up to you, and you're kind of representing your entire nation, which plays so many people play cricket, especially in India and stuff, right? Like you carry the burden of that, and at some point you do feel that you're obligated to like perform every single time, and that gets to you at certain extent, right?
Yeah.
How you choose to pick and choose those battles is up to an individual, but captaincy pressure is always there. So I wouldn't comment basically that it is just one captain or the other. It's just a captaincy pressure, and it's different personalities who take it differently. That's all it
Yeah.
was. And Rohit Sharma did show some aggression, and he is proving out to be one of the aggressive captains.
Yeah, the reason why I said that is because in one day cricket and stuff, we've seen Rohit Sharma captain for the Mumbai Indians as
Yeah,
well, and I haven't seen him like this kind of thing. So maybe that's why I think. But then again, you're right. If you see like Ajinkya Rahane and stuff, he didn't flinch right in that series. It could also be permanent captaincy. It's completely different to just temporary.
yeah,
Temporary, you're just filling in, you're doing a job. When you have it full time, it could get frustrating at times, and it'll happen. He'll learn from it, and it's good
yeah,
that these things are under his belt ahead of the T20 World Cup. One question I wanted to ask you is, you always praise yourself when you pick up good wickets when you're playing cricket and everything. You give me a
yeah,
detailed story. I want to ask you because a lot of people, this is a time where leg spinners are doing so well, right? And we've seen that with the two young, the youngster in Vishnoi and Chahal, who's not so
yeah.
young and he's doing amazing. But I want to ask about Roston Chase. He's an off spinner and he was the most dangerous bowler. What is it? Is it just like there was purchase and the quick turn was deceiving, or what was it? His lines, lengths as an off spinner that he was so successful in this series so
Those
far?
lengths was something that he's been bowling really well,
Yeah,
and it's see Indian pitches are conducive to spin, right? That's any time you take any Indian pitch, it's mostly conducive to spin.
Yeah.
how you take the purchase of it, because this particular pitch, if you see, it has good bounce, it
Mm,
has spin, and
mm.
it slows down, uh, and it gives you that purchase, right, when you're actually bowling at the right lens. He's bowling the right lens at this point, which is why he's so economical. And when someone's trying to hit him, he's he's intelligently bowling. He's not bowling too much off spin. He's kind of darting it in a way that it's kind of taking out with the angle itself. So that's what he's been concentrating on, and he's been bowling those good lengths that is actually helping him get that purchase, that he's um, basically picking up wickets and going so less on his economy.
Yeah.
He's been the
I
most economical bowler, especially in this series, and he's been the one to actually like put the pressure on the team. Because if you see, when Bishnoi and Chahal are bowling, they're bowling well in tandem. They're containing the runs, but the way that Roshan Chase is bowling, they just need to, like, they're giving a little more loose deliveries here and there, and that's where they're getting hit. But Roshan Chase is actually controlling every single ball that he's bowling, right?
Yeah, it's
That's what
very
the
accurate.
difference is. Yeah, that's where the difference is. If you see the pitch map for the three bowlers, you'll notice that he's been more consistent on his lens. Just Chahal and Bishnoi, they're bowling really well. I wouldn't take that away from them. It's just they need to be more consistent on those lenses as well.
Is it easier for an off spinner to be more consistent? He's consistent, but we've seen off spinners be very consistent. He's not predictable either. You can be consistent and predictable, and you can go out of the park. Over here,
Yeah,
he was consistent, but he wasn't too predictable. He varied his pace a bit, I feel, and maybe
yeah.
the pitch was also conducive, like you said. So it is important, but maybe I just feel for a leg spinner that a galti se chhoot jata. It's kind of that kind of situation.
When Bishnoi is bowling those googlies and the straighter ones, if you actually notice,
Yeah,
those ones he's not getting hit that much.
yeah,
When he's bowling those quick leg breaks, right?
yeah,
That's when he's getting hit and stuff. And even Chahal, when he's spinning the ball, right, and he's trying to bowl a little slower, he's not getting that much hit. But once where he's like trying to dart it in and bowling a little more fuller, that's where he's getting it. So it's just a matter of just the line and length. Because
yeah.
Roshan Chase in the last two games, the only time he got hit was 1-6, if you notice. I don't know if you noticed actually, but it was just 1-6 that he got hit, because that was a bad ball and he knew it immediately too. So he's just being consistent with his length, and he's just mixing it up by bowling some off cutters, bowling some straighter ones, even bowling with the seam so that it kind of darts out and stuff. So he's been doing that well, and it's a good learning curve for me as well as a off spin bowler, because I'm learning a few tricks from him as well.
Yeah, always good because just a lot of talk that it's the leg spinners game now. Modern
Yeah.
day cricket. Before it was only fast bowlers, the leg spinners are done. Then it was leg spinners. Now he's showing Roshan Chase that off spinners still have a lot to do in this kind of format because we always see them in test matches, but the likes of Nathan Lyon, Ashwin, and even Chase, if you're looking at it, we don't see them as much in the limit overs format, especially for the country, and it's very good to see that.
To be
Uh,
honest, even Moin Ali, I would add to this list, because
yeah,
he has always been doing good, especially in Indian pitches and like pitches like Dubai and stuff, where it's more
yeah,
spinning tracks and stuff. So if you've noticed, they come in the power play overs and they are bowling those tight overs, and
yeah.
it's not easy. When you see to a right-hander, off spinner is one of the easiest bowlers to pick out, but the way they're bowling their length, it's actually they're making it life difficult for the teams.
Yeah, 100%. I think we wrapped up this game. Quickly, the PSL Karachi have finally won a game. They beaten
Finally,
their
so
they
so
beaten their rival.
I'll
Huh?
give you an insight. What happened was, I spoke to Maher and kind of bet like $20 and stuff, and then it was, so my predictions were, um, like he predicted, right, was Multan's gonna win today,
Yeah,
and then Karachi is gonna win today,
yeah,
and this one, what's it called? Yesterday, Milwaukee is gonna win against Philadelphia
yeah,
in basketball. And
yeah.
then I had a gut feeling that Philadelphia is going to win, and they actually won. And the rest of the outcomes, I already had them as predictions. So, so yeah, it was. it was really surprising to see how they actually came back.
Yeah, it
Like,
was a low score that they
yeah,
defended, but you saw the 149 already. Like, okay, another game is done. Lahore's in good form, especially the top order. Fakar Zaman's killing it. They're going to chase it down, but finally they got a win. I think there was a lot of pressure. Then when there's a lot of pressure on you, then you get criticized. I don't know if you saw this, but in the Pakistani media, was going around Wasim Akram shouting at Babar Azam at the circle. He wasn't shouting at him. He was just like telling him like what the hell is happening. And Wasim Akram clarified that it's I wasn't telling him. I was saying why are the bowlers bowling like this and everything like
yeah,
that. But it just shows that whatever Babar Azam 2 months ago was the hero. And everyone was talking about him and his team and everything. And just 2 months later, he's not winning a game. You can criticize his captaincy, you can criticize his team, you can criticize him. There's all the factors. I don't think you can stick to one. But it's good to see a player like that, fighting back and leading his side to a victory. I
yeah.
always felt, with captaincy, he does have a sort of issue. Like, he's not the greatest captain there, but he's a class player, and I'm sure
Yeah.
he can score some runs as well and help Karachi win a few games. But
I think
playoffs
he's
look.
taking too much pressure on himself when he's playing at this, especially in this team that he's playing. He's taking
Yeah.
too much pressure on himself, and that is what is deteriorating his performances. Because
Also, it's
when
difficult to maintain that because he carried the team last year as well. He was scoring an average of 50 for
yeah,
Karachi, same. But I think there comes to a point where you can't sustain it for that long. So you need your
exactly.
other players to contribute. Imad Wasim, to be honest, is contributing, but overall the team is not clicking. Then you can question his captaincy more than his own batting, because we've seen big players like Kohli right now not in the best of form. So batting is okay up and down. Maybe captaincy you can question a bit.
Even I saw a controversial article by Salman Butt saying that
Yeah.
with that team, how do you expect him to ever win any games?
Yeah, I mean, you say that, then you look at the Shane Warne team with the Rajasthan Royals first season. Nobody would have thought they would win that tournament. So
Yeah,
captaincy does help. It does affect it, and he will learn. I think he's still into his early years of captaincy. He will learn definitely. But what about Multan man Rizwan killing it, and Riley Russo? South Africa miss him. He's another Kolpak player, and he needs to play international cricket right away.
yeah. I don't know why he's been not playing and stuff.
Because he's
Especially
cold
for
pack, so he's gone to
oh, he's
England.
called back.
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
wasn't. I wasn't sure.
yeah,
That
yeah.
part.
That's the reason. But they need to get him back. Either South Africa need to get him back, or England needs to give him the passport ASAP, because he's one batsman
Yeah,
that's missing on the international stage. Clean hitting. He's been
yeah.
doing this for the last 2 years. Even in your favorite league, the T10 league, he smashes it. So he's someone who's a proper white ball player, short
Okay.
format.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a call.
No, no worries. But yeah, that's I was just talking about Riley Rousseau and saying that he's a great short format player. But I think we can wrap it up, Vinay.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah,
Definitely. Are you expecting an innings defeat?
yeah. I think it's almost they were the 37 for three. They
Yeah.
trail by how much?
Another 200, more than 200 runs.
Yeah, three. They trail by 353 runs, man.
353. Wow.
Yeah, it's 34 for four. They lost a wicket already
Yeah.
now in the last 5 minutes.
And then,
Uh,
do you want to talk about some Ranji Trophy stuff? Sarfaraz Khan hitting
yeah, yeah. Give us some
200.
insight. You've been following it, Sarfaraz Khan.
He's been performing really well for Mumbai in the last couple of years, and scoring 300s, 200s, and stuff quite frequently. With his
Yeah,
fitness, I think, like if he is much fitter, he could
yeah.
be one of the probables for Indian middle order because he's been performing really well in the domestic circuit. Like last couple of years, he's been scoring tons of runs that he's been accumulating. So someone to watch out for.
Yeah, I think especially under Kohli's captaincy, where fitness was a priority, it was difficult for him to get in, and he still needs to work on it. Whoever the captain is, that will help him, in the future. But talent is there, and he's showing it when you consistently perform in Ranji
Exactly.
Trophy.
Yeah.
Good sign of
Every
fitness.
year he's been scoring easily 200s and 300s, man. Like if you see the team total, it's not like it's probably like 400, 500, and he has half the runs half the
Yeah,
time. So he's
yeah.
been, and he comes like 3, 4 down. So it's it's completely different and stuff, but he's playing really well and everything. So kudos to him for performing that way.
Yeah, 100%. Umran Malik picked up a few wickets as well, went for
Yeah,
a few runs, but he picked up a few wickets, so that was good to see.
yeah, he
I
did
have my
well. And then your boy Yash Dooley scoring
Yeah.
a
Oh,
hundred on debut.
me too. Yeah. I mean, the like everyone says the under 19. It is true, right? Under 19 is not the same level.
Yeah,
Ranji Trophy is really a harder level because you have people older to you. You have professional cricketers who played for India as well, international ex cricketers. So it's
yeah.
not easy to come in and in your first game on debut score 100. Like hats off, this guy might go
Mm.
places for sure.
Even Bawa picking up a couple of wickets, if you noticed, for
Yeah.
Chandigarh.
Yeah.
For
I was
Chandigarh,
surprised. I was surprised because I felt they're very talented players, but it does take time. But they've really grasped it well, and this will
yeah,
keep them in good stead for sure.
yeah. And Rahane coming back to form finally, scoring 100 in Ranji Trophy. Hopefully, he can get back to the Indian team as well.
Yeah, I
Next
mean,
up is Pujara. He's going to play today, so let's see.
that's a good sign, though. Like, people were saying that don't look into this Ranji Trophy just started right now, and the bowlers are not like fully. I don't believe in all that. I think runs are runs. He gets
Yeah,
runs. It's confidence for him. And at the end
exactly.
of the day, like if he's informed, then why not, right? Like you need to back the player. So it's good. It's not like he's dipping suddenly. It shows that he's still a cut above the rest in terms of domestic cricket.
By the way, did you hear the news about Ishant Sharma?
No.
So initially, he claimed that he's not going to play Ranji Trophy. He backed
Yeah.
out of the team, and then he didn't. He went unsold in the auction,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I'm coming back to the team." So he's not playing the first game. He's in quarantine right now, but he's going to play from the second game onwards.
That's life, man. You always have to stay on your toes in that sense.
Yeah,
Like, but
because
I'm glad.
he's not getting chances on the international level and stuff. So somewhere he has to actually perform and get back into the team.
But if you look at it, his what is his main role is as a Test cricketer in the last 3 4 years.
Yes,
So I
exactly.
think Ranji Trophy should have been a priority for him. I mean, I'm no one to say if you want to play
Yeah,
IPL, you play IPL. But if he wants to get into the Indian team, the best way is to go through Ranji Trophy into Test cricket. I don't
yeah.
think, and plus Test cricket,
I don't know. I don't know why he chose not to play initially, but now he's back in the fray. So
Fortunate, I honestly thought with the 10 teams, somebody like Ishan Sharma might get picked, like, Umesh Yadav got picked in the end. He
yeah,
didn't get picked in the IPL, but I think the focus should have always been Ranji Trophy because he is a test cricketer and maybe he has
exactly.
a year or two left in him for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to get that news as well. Always good to focus on domestic cricket, and we have some good tournaments going on. I will catch you soon, but looks like India have already won the series, so it looks like either it'll be a clean sweep or West Indies, take it one step after today's performance and win the game. Hopefully, it's again a good match, and yeah, I'll
Yeah,
catch you
it's
after.
always fun to watch in West Indies team playing T20. It's going to be a fun game,
They're a
irrespective
kettle.
of the result. Yes.
They're a different kettle because
Yeah,
on one day you criticize them all they want, and T20s you criticize them 1 minute, then bang, six
exactly.
sixes and back in the game. I saw
Yeah,
like on Twitter, like a lot of people, right? They were saying that this West Indies team, the bowling is a thing, and then Smash Purin hits it. Then he gets out there like, yeah, they're missing a middle order. Then Robinson, Paul, all of a sudden is hitting sixes. You're never out of the race with them, and they would like these kind of pitches where the ball's coming on.
yeah,
I think they do well in the West Indies as well.
yeah. Let's
Not
hope.
in the West Indies, in Australia. Yeah,
In Australia, I'm like, what West Indies
yeah.
also?
In
Are
Australia,
you
they
talking
do.
about CPL now all of a sudden?
Yeah, they do well in Australia. But yeah, thank you, Vinay. I will catch
No
you soon.
worries.
Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, man.
Thank
Cheers.
you.